What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over something that a lot of New York Giants fans, I think, have interest in. As a lot of New York Giant fans, after the Giants' slow start to the year, of course, we've hit the bye week and we're 3-6. But a lot of New York Giants fans want our head coach Joe Judge fired. I'm not one of those people. I think he was terrific last year, as is I think every New York Giant fan. I think he's just been disappointing to start the first half of the season, but you can't give up on a guy this fast, I don't think, in this league. And I think the New York Giants should go along and continue with Joe Judge. He's made some questionable decisions, but in my opinion, the issues on this team are above Joe Judge, and that starts with John Mara and Dave Gettleman. Those two, they're ridiculous. But Dave Gettleman, he's going to be gone. And I'm going to have a video on, a couple candidates for that job. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about potential head coaching candidates for the New York Giants moving forward. I don't think it's likely Joe Judge gets fired. And I don't want him to be fired. I think that would be a little bit of a mistake. But there are factors at the end of the day. But in the end, I think Joe Judge will be back, and I think that in the end will be the right decision for at least next season. And who knows, maybe he turns it around and was the same coach that he was last year. I know the first half of the year we sucked. We started 1-7, and then we just had a great end of the year. And maybe that happens again. I hope it does, as our schedule really does get easier. But let's start off with let's start off with the first candidate. I'm going to have about 4 or 5 in this video. Let's start off with the first one. Joe Brady is the current offensive coordinator with the Carolina Panthers. A lot of Giants fans like him, and he's more of an offensive-minded guy, so maybe that helps. So he's the first candidate. The next one is Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, he runs that high-powered offense. And he's a guy that a lot of teams around the league in the offseason were looking into, and he just ended up wanting to stay with the Chiefs. I mean, who could blame him? Especially after what they did last year. The next one is Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator of the New England Patriots. He is a brilliant mind. I know he had a very short head coaching tenure, didn't go very well, but I think he deserves another chance, as he has done a terrific job so far this year with Mac Jones in New England and has been very good over the course of his career. Kellen Moore is another potential guy that I think is very unlikely, but he would make for a great head coach. He's doing such a great job with the Dallas Cowboys offense. I just think Mike McCarthy isn't very safe as the head coach there in Dallas, and I think sooner or later Kellen Moore is going to end up as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I think that's pretty evident there, so I don't think he really leaves. And then the final head coach candidate that personally I like the most, it's the Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator, Don Wink Martindale. That guy is brilliant to me, and a lot of people want the New York Giants to go with, if they do move on from Joe Judge, to go with more of an offensive-minded head coach. And, how could you blame them? Our offense has been, terrible. But I really do like Don Wink Martindale. He's a bit older. He's probably got a bit of more of an old-school approach and mentality. But I really like him. If the Giants, I really like any of these guys, and I'm sure there's guys outside of these 5. These are just really popular names. But that's really all I got in the video, guys. It was a really quick video. Just wanted to go over a couple of candidates. I know it's, there's a huge, variety of options if the New York Giants do decide to fire Joe Judge after the season, which I think is unlikely. But you guys let me know what you think about these 5 candidates. Who do you think, if Joe Judge is fired, will be the head coach? And let me know if you think he will be fired. And then let me know candidates outside of these 5. In the end, I don't think Joe Judge will get fired, and I hope I'm right. But if he is, I would love these five, any of these five, as my personal top 5 favorite candidates for the head coaching job. But again, if Joe Judge is fired, there's like a lot leads to that. That means, well, Jason Garrett's probably also gone anyway, but that means a lot of other pieces are gone. Like Patrick Graham, he's probably done as a defensive coordinator. Joe Judge leaves. Some positional coaches, but in the end, I just don't think that that's the likely route the New York Giants take, and I would be happy if they choose to keep Joe Judge. That's all I got in this video, guys. You guys, please comment down below all the things I talked about a minute ago, and please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. See you guys all in the next video. Let's go Giants!